Yay, God. This is such an incredible moment, and the company of heaven has revealed that every single man, woman, and child on the planet, through the unified efforts of their individualized silent watchers holding the immaculate concept for their divine plan, their body elementals working with the divine alchemy of transfiguration into our solar light bodies, and their I am presence were able to integrate the new frequencies of prana in the holy breath, the 12 solar aspects of deity that were anchored by the mighty Elohim yesterday. Now all is in readiness for us to move forward into the second phase of this activity of light today. Thank you. Since our fall from grace that we have discussed that took place in the middle of the embodiment of the fourth root race, literally millions of years ago, that triggered the initial impulse of our fall from grace as we volunteered through unprecedented expressions of divine love to take on the laggard souls that were going to be left behind in the shift of the ages, and triggered our fall from grace into the abyss of separation and duality. Since that time, through the 26,000-year cycles of the precessions of the equinox, as we moved age by age by age through the various sun cycles, the company of heaven guided Buddhas and avatars and cosmic beings to embody on earth, all with the divine intent to remind us of our Mother God, so that we would once again open our hearts and allow the return of the divine feminine, so that the masculine and feminine polarities of God could be balanced within our heart flame, thus blending the sapphire blue and crystalline pink lights of our Father, Mother God into the violet flame of God's infinite perfection that would blaze into our physical brain structures, again activating our spiritual brain centers, our pituitary, pineal, and hypothalamus glands and the ganglionic centers at the base of our brain, thus opening our crown chakra into the full divine momentum of enlightenment of Christ consciousness, allowing the return of the Son and Daughter of God through the rebirth of Christ consciousness within every heart flame. When we came to the point of the beginning of the Piscean age over 2,000 years ago, our Father, Mother God evaluated the need of the hour and our progress, realizing that very shortly, within the next 2,000-year cycle, we are going to be reaching that cosmic moment that occurs every so many millions of years, known as the shift of the ages, when cycles within cycles within cycles throughout the whole of creation dovetail into the rhythmic momentum of the heartbeat of our Father, Mother God. And that omniscient, omnipresent, omnipotent, all-encompassing presence of God then breathes all creation up the spiral of evolution to the next octave of our learning experience. And for the system of worlds that we existed in, Alpha and Omega, it meant that our system of worlds would be ascending into the fifth dimension because they had ascended, all except the earth, into the fourth dimension at the last shift of the ages during the fourth root race. It was clear that we had not, awakened to the awareness of the return of our Mother God, for eons of time. And the potential of us doing that in the next 2,000-year cycle was extremely rare. And the Earth alone in the system of Alpha and Omega was not ready to move forward into the fifth dimension. So it was clear that we needed superhuman divine intervention from the legions of light in our Father, Mother, God, if we had the slightest chance of moving forward. So two magnificent cosmic beings of divine love were summoned from the great silence. One was known through all creation as the cosmic Christ, and the other is known through all creation as Lady Nada, the goddess of divine love. We know these precious beings in the outer world as beloved Jesus and Mary Magdalene. Mother Mary, holding the Immaculate Concept for planet Earth, volunteered to project an aspect of her presence into the physical plane, because for something to manifest in the physical plane, it has to be drawn through those embodied in the physical plane. So she projected an aspect of her presence into the physical plane as Mother Mary to be the mother of Jesus. And beloved Saint Germain, the keeper of that violet flame, which is the perfect balance of our Father, Mother, God, and reflected through the seventh solar aspect of deity, volunteered to project an aspect of his self into the physical plane as well, in the embodiment of Joseph, who represented Jesus' father. Jesus and Mary Magdalene were born into the physical plane, and because of the patriarchal consciousness at the time, Mary Magdalene evolved in the shadows in a slightly less obvious way, but bringing in the equal divine momentum of the feminine aspect of the Christ as the avatar with Jesus of the Piscean age. Through the 18 lost years, they went to India and Egypt and Tibet, sitting at the feet of the great divine directors and masters of the ages, learning to fulfill their divine mission. In divine timing, at the age of 30, when it was time for them to begin their mission, they came to demonstrate and leave the archetype in the physical plane of the return of our Divine Mother. They came to the Jordan River, to John the Baptist, to be baptized in the sacred element of the emotional strata of earth, in the water element. And we've all seen pictures probably of Jesus being baptized by John the Baptist, and our Mother God, the divine dove of the Holy Spirit, entering his crown chakra, awakening his spiritual brain centers, opening his crown chakra and returning him to the full manifestation of the cosmic Christ in the physical plane of earth, to demonstrate the return to Christ consciousness is through the baptism by sacred fire and the gift of the water element from our Mother God. For 3 years, they fulfilled their mission in the outer world, demonstrating what it will be like for humanity when we allow the return of the divine feminine, our Mother God. And they created their miracles and their healing and all the wonders of our full divine potential as sons and daughters of God in the physical plane of earth. At the age of 33, Jesus agreed to go through a demonstration that would show humanity clearly the path to the next phase of the ascension in, through, and around the expression of the next birthing of the new age of enlightenment. Jesus agreed to go through the crucifixion, not because we are such helpless worms in the dust that he had to come and save us, but rather he agreed to go through the horrors of the crucifixion because he realized that humanity still had the consciousness that we were our physical bodies and we were unaware of the divinity as sons and daughters of God within us. He wanted to demonstrate clearly that there is nothing that can happen to the carbon-based physical body in the world of form that can destroy the divinity within us. So he agreed to go through the crucifixion and was reviled and beaten and crucified in his carbon-based body. When he was in the tomb, he invoked the legions of light, his body elemental, his silent watcher, and through the divine alchemy of transfiguring his carbon-based cells into fifth-dimensional crystalline-based solar light cells, he transfigured his body into the fifth-dimensional crystalline solar light bodies that we will move into when we are moving in to the fifth dimension. Jesus didn't want us to be struggling through trial and error to try to remember the significance of this time. When Mary Magdalene came to the tomb and he appeared to her, he said, "Do not touch me. I am not of this world." He knew that because of the fragmented consciousness of humanity, even though his mission consistently said, "These things I do, you shall do, and greater things than these shall you do," he knew that people would separate themselves from him, deify him, worship him, and interpret the fact that he possibly was a child of God in ways that the rest of us were not, which was not the truth. He wanted to demonstrate that he had not done this for us. No matter who the avatar or cosmic being is that brings these lessons, they can merely show us the path of divine love that we must follow. We are individual sons and daughters of God, and all that our Father, Mother, God have is ours. So there is no one that needs to come and save us, or that is even allowed through our gift of free will to come and save us. So he wanted to leave a demonstration. So for the 40 days after his resurrection, he sent forth his light and raised the consciousness of his disciples into Christ consciousness, sustaining them in Christ consciousness by projecting his light and love through them. They all were able to perform the miracles and all of the wonders of being in Christ consciousness that Jesus did when he was in embodiment. And Jesus knew that the masses of humanity were not going to fully understand this facet, this pageant, but he knew in the day of the seventh angel, when he begins to sound, the mystery of God will be fulfilled, resulting in the second coming, the rebirth of Christ consciousness within humanity. 40 days after the resurrection, Jesus went through the process of ascending into the fifth dimension in his fifth dimensional crystalline solar light body to demonstrate to us the next path into the fifth dimension that we are ascending into through this new age that is now dawning and we are now ascending into. With that ascension, he had to withdraw his light from the disciples, and they began to falter and fail because he wanted to demonstrate to them that he could not do this for them. He did not save them, that he only demonstrated the path of divine love the return of our Mother God, that they must follow themselves. Within just 10 days, they became aware of that, and they gathered in what was known as the upper room, which meant the higher level of divine consciousness, and invoked a sacred baptism by sacred fire from our Mother God that resulted in what is known in the outer world as the baptism of the sacred fire, which is known as Pentecost. And on that sacred and holy day, the disciples ascended into Christ's consciousness and sustained that level of divine consciousness because they had done this through their own efforts in the outer world. And in the Renaissance, the pictures of the masters that depict the disciples after Pentecost always have a flame coming out of their crown chakra to demonstrate that they had returned to Christ consciousness. So now we are in the midst of this cosmic moment. And as beloved Mother Mary completed her mission in the physical plane, she said, "My beloved son, what I have done for you, I now do for all of humanity." And when she left the physical plane, she invoked the mighty Elohim to create for her the temple of the Immaculate Heart in the inner planes of light. This is a temple that is open to full breadth and draws all humanity during what is known as the mystical month of May. And beloved Saint Germain is still working with her and sustaining her service with the immaculate concept of each person. And during the mystical month of May, the 1st of May is known as Saint Germain's Ascension Day, and he projects forth the magnificent violet flame and a blessing to all life on earth. And the temples of the inner planes of Mother Mary's temple of the Immaculate Heart are open. And since that time, all of the children that are conceived from the 1st of May through the 30th of May, they are drawn prior to conception into the temple of the Immaculate Heart. And in the inner realms, prior to our embodiment on earth, we meet with both our Mother and our Father's I Am presence, and we ask them permission to embody on earth. And this is true even through situations that seem abhorrent in the outer world, in rape or incest at this time because of the fall and all of the distortion. There are a lot of karmic liabilities that are being healed and pushed to the surface to be healed. But we meet with our Father, Mother God, our Father and Mother in the physical plane through their I Am presence. And it is agreed by the child, by the Father and the Mother to allow this soul to come through them. And I want to state at this time, because of the number of incredibly powerful beings of light in the physical plane, these beings of light have often volunteered to go through horrendous outer world activities, such as rape or incest or some of the other atrocities in the physical plane, because it was perceived that they had the strength, they had the tenacity to heal and transmute that level of consciousness for all humanity through the service that they were connecting with those energies. So if you or someone you know or loved ones have gone through those experiences, don't in any way judge or determine that that must have happened or that karmic liability must be because they were really bad at another time. The beings of light said, you never know what light is burning on a crude exterior. So stay in your heart. Know that all is unfolding in divine purpose. But in this wonderful experience with Mother Mary, every soul that has agreed to be conceived, not necessarily embodied, because they could be conceived on the 30th of April for that same experience. From the 1st of May to the 30th of April, those souls are drawn into Mother Mary's Temple of the Immaculate Heart. She holds the divine blueprint for them, draws the most perfect frequencies of all the unformed electronic light substance that they have accumulated. And those frequencies, the very highest frequencies of light, are used by their I Am presence to form the permanent seed atom that will hold the heart in the womb of the mother. That immaculate, purified seed atom of the heart is actually placed in the mother's womb, magnetizing that soul prior to conception. Then the soul is conceived and evolves from that point. Then the 1st of May every year after that, we have the opportunity to join Mother Mary in her Temple of the Immaculate Heart. This year, on Mother's Day, which occurs on the month of May in many countries of the world, Mother Mary's Temple, within the great embrace of the grand central sun of Sanat and Luz, was opened for the first time in a glorious procession of celebration in the inner realms. And humanity was drawn into the Temple of the Immaculate Heart. And our our heart's flames, the permanent seed atom in our hearts, were recalibrated to a higher frequency that is allowing these events to take place that are moving us higher and higher into our frequencies of light. This morning, Mother Mary is expanding this activity, not by chance, even though it wasn't orchestrated on a conscious level by us. The very first World Congress on Illumination began with the activity of the harmonic convergence on August 15th, Mother Mary's Ascension Day in 1987, and built in momentum for the 15th, 16th, 17th, and 18th. And the final World Congress on Illumination, the 38th Annual World Congress, bringing this divine mission, which we now know was to return Mother Earth to her rightful position, catching up with the rest of our solar system in preparation for the quantum shift into the full embrace of the fifth dimensional crystalline solar new Earth. The victory of this activity will be completed tomorrow on Mother Mary's Ascension Day, once again, into the full divine momentum of our service to the light. Today, Mother Mary is taking us through the next phase of preparation at a cellular level in her newly opened temple in the heart of the system of the grand central sun. This will occur through our guided visualization and the beautiful video that Adi has prepared for us. So know that Mother Mary is with us now, our I Am presence, our silent watcher, the body elemental within us are all going to be working with this activity of light. So listen carefully to the words, follow through to the best of your comprehension. We are serving as a transformer, And this activity of light is flowing through our heart flames into the center of the earth on behalf of every man, woman, and child on earth. So go within to the divinity of your heart flame. Send forth your loving gratitude to beloved Jesus, to Saint Germain, and to Mother Mary for bringing us to this particular point, the dawning of the seventh ray, the full momentum of the seventh solar aspect of deity, and our movement into the full embrace of our fifth dimensional crystalline solar light bodies. Mother Mary is the keeper of the flame of the Immaculate Concept, which pulsates with the divine blueprint, the Immaculate Concept of every particle and wave of life breathed forth from the heart of our Father, Mother God. The heart of our God-parents is known through all time frames and dimensions as the very core of creation. In 2024, on Mother's Day, which occurs during the mystical month of May in several countries around the world, beloved Mother Mary welcomed the masses of humanity as she opened for the first time the doors of her Temple of the Immaculate Heart within the system of our grand central sun. The solar logos from our grand central sun, beloved Sanat and Luz, and the legions of light serving in that system of worlds, reverently joined this incredible celebration. With a true sense of elation, Mother Mary and Sanat and Luz welcomed the sons and daughters of God evolving on earth, knowing that that event signaled a quantum leap forward in the light for Mother Earth and all life evolving upon her. Now, in preparation for the next phase of the divine mission Mother Mary is assisting with on our behalf, she amplifies the flame of the Immaculate Concept, pulsating within the three crystalline lotus blossoms she has placed within the earthly bodies of every son and daughter of God on earth. She is joined by our Mother God and the feminine aspects of deity serving the evolutions of earth. Simultaneously, every person's feminine silent watcher stands in readiness, awaiting the opportunity to amplify the Immaculate Concept within every atomic and subatomic particle and wave of our physical, etheric, mental, and emotional bodies. And we individually and collectively decree, I am one with Mother Mary, and I am eternally grateful for her gift of the flame of the Immaculate Concept that she is sustaining in the three crystalline lotus blossoms she has placed within humanity's earthly bodies. The first lotus blossom pulsates at the base of my spine. That flame of the Immaculate Concept is blazing through every electron of my physical, etheric, mental, and emotional bodies. The second lotus blossom is pulsating within my heart. That flame of the Immaculate Concept is recalibrating my heart flame, as well as my entire breathing apparatus, my voice, my ears, my mouth, and my eyes. The third lotus blossom is blazing within my third eye. That flame of the Immaculate Concept is recalibrating all aspects of my brain and enhancing my inner vision as my perception of divine truth raises my consciousness to new levels of divinity. I am now ready for my journey in consciousness into Mother Mary's temple of the Immaculate Heart in the system of our grand central sun. On this sacred and holy day, our Mother God, beloved Mother Mary, the feminine aspects of deities serving the evolutions of earth, and the silent watcher of every son and daughter of God evolving on this planet, will assist each of us in raising our earthly bodies into the Immaculate Concept of our Mother God's comprehensive divine love and the highest frequencies of our fifth dimensional crystalline solar light bodies that we can safely withstand within the system of Sanat and Luz. This frequency of solar light is beyond anything we have previously been able to experience at a cellular level. And we begin. I am my I Am Presence, and I am one with the I Am Presence of all humanity. With every breath, I am breathing the highest life force and prana I have ever received. I gently enter the divinity of my heart flame, and in deep reverence, I kneel before the altar of love and surrender my lower human consciousness to the perfection of my true God reality, my I Am Presence. Suddenly, I realize that I am now ascending through the mighty shaft of light into the heavenly realms of illumined truth. I find myself tangibly present in the pure land of boundless splendor and infinite light. For a sublime moment, I absorb the wonder of this magical place. Gradually, I become aware that beloved Mother Mary and all of the feminine aspects of deity are joining with her in support of the victory of this cosmic moment. I am now standing in front of Mother Mary's crystalline temple of the Immaculate Heart. She takes my hand, and together we ascend the steps of the temple and pass through the massive doors. Mother Mary escorts me through the alabaster hallway into the resplendent sanctuary of light in the center of the temple. Pulsating in the center of this sanctuary is a huge crystalline lotus blossom, and blazing as the stamen of the lotus blossom is a magnificent Madonna blue flame with a white radiance. This is the flame of the Immaculate Concept. The flame of the Immaculate Concept pulsates with a divine blueprint and the full divine potential of every particle and wave of life within our Father, Mother, God's body. Beloved Mother Mary is the keeper of the flame of the Immaculate Concept. It is through this sacred fire that she sustains the Immaculate Concept of the divine potential pulsating within the heart flame of every son and daughter of God on earth. As I stand in the central chamber, Mother Mary points out that there are 4 smaller chambers at the cardinal points of this massive room. Each of these chambers has a smaller crystalline lotus blossom with the flame of the Immaculate Concept blazing in the center. Mother Mary beckons me to enter the flame of the Immaculate Concept in the large crystalline lotus blossom in the central sanctuary, and I gratefully respond. As I stand within the scintillating essence of this Madonna blue sacred fire, I begin to experience the vibratory rate of my physical, etheric, mental, and emotional bodies being greatly accelerated. My consciousness is being lifted up, and I perceive more clearly than ever before the divine blueprint, the Immaculate Concept for my earthly bodies and my full divine potential as a beloved son or daughter of God. This blueprint is the template for my 5th dimensional crystalline solar light bodies, as well as my life path and my new divine mission of expanding my Mother God's comprehensive divine love through every heart flame and within every person, place, condition, and thing manifesting in the physical plane of Mother Earth. Pouring forth now from the very heart of my Father, Mother, God is a tremendous shaft of 5th dimensional solar light. This light is pulsating with the Immaculate Concept of the divine plan for the next phase of the ascension process for Mother Earth and all life evolving upon her. This shaft of solar light consists of all of the divine qualities associated with the 12 5th dimensional crystalline solar aspects of deity, including amplified frequencies of comprehensive divine love, enlightenment, divine will, power, illumined truth, vibrant health, infinite abundance, divine purpose, and the oneness of all life. This shaft of solar light descends into the flame of the Immaculate Concept in the large lotus blossom in the central sanctuary, as it blazes in, through, and around my 4 earthly bodies. When this facet of my transfiguration is complete, this shaft of light expands into the 4 chambers at the cardinal points. Mother Mary reveals to me that each of these chambers is dedicated to one of my 4 earthly bodies. The chamber to the east is dedicated to my emotional body. The chamber to the west is dedicated to my mental body. The chamber to the north is dedicated to my etheric body. The chamber to the south is dedicated to my physical body. Now, Mother Mary directs me to consciously project my emotional body and all of my feelings and emotions into the flame of the Immaculate Concept in the crystalline lotus blossom in the chamber at the cardinal point to the east. The 12 fifth-dimensional crystalline solar aspects of deity, including the amplified frequencies of comprehensive divine love, enlightenment, divine will, power, illumined truth, vibrant health, infinite abundance, divine purpose, and the oneness of all life blaze in, through, and around my emotional body, transmuting every trace of imbalance or imperfection. My I Am presence now projects the Immaculate Concept for my emotional light body and my newly activated life path and new divine mission through this vehicle, and they begin pulsating as a light pattern, transfiguring this body instantly into the Immaculate Concept of my 5th-dimensional crystalline emotional solar light body. Mother Mary now directs me to consciously project my mental body and all of my thoughts into the flame of the Immaculate Concept in the crystalline lotus blossom in the chamber at the cardinal point to the west. The 12-fold flame blazes in, through, and around my mental body, transmuting every trace of imbalance or imperfection. My I Am presence now projects the Immaculate Concept for my mental light body and my newly activated life path and divine mission through this vehicle, and they begin pulsating as a light pattern, transfiguring this body instantly into the Immaculate Concept of my 5th-dimensional crystalline mental solar light body. Mother Mary now directs me to consciously project my etheric body and all of my memories and records from the past into the flame of the Immaculate Concept in the crystalline lotus blossom in the chamber at the cardinal point to the north. The 12-fold flame blazes in, through, and around my etheric body, transmuting every trace of imbalance or imperfection. My I Am presence now projects the Immaculate Concept for my etheric light body and my newly activated life path and divine mission through this vehicle, and they begin pulsating as a light pattern, transfiguring this body instantly into the immaculate concept of my fifth dimensional crystalline etheric solar light body. Mother Mary now directs me to consciously project my physical body and every cell, atom, gland, muscle, organ, and function of this vehicle into the flame of the immaculate concept in the crystalline lotus blossom in the chamber at the cardinal point to the south. The 12-fold flame blazes in, through, and around my physical body, transmuting every trace of imbalance or imperfection. My I Am presence now projects the immaculate concept for my physical light body and my newly activated life path and divine mission through this vehicle. And they begin pulsating as a light pattern, transfiguring this body instantly into the immaculate concept of my fifth dimensional crystalline physical solar light body. Now, one by one, I magnetize my fifth dimensional crystalline solar light bodies back into the flame of the immaculate concept in the lotus blossom in the central sanctuary, where they are brought into perfect alignment. First, my physical crystalline solar light body. Now, my etheric crystalline solar light body. Now, my mental crystalline solar light body. And finally, my emotional crystalline solar light body. Through my I Am presence, Mother Mary now seals the frequency of these perfected vehicles with the sacred fire of the 12 fifth-dimensional crystalline solar aspects of deity, including the amplified frequencies of comprehensive divine love, enlightenment, divine will, power, illumined truth, vibrant health, infinite abundance, divine purpose, and the oneness of all life. With the completion of this activity of light, I gently return my consciousness to the room. My I Am presence now secures this activity of light in the core of purity within every electron of my earthly bodies and the earthly bodies of all humanity. Now, for a moment, I just breathe deeply and allow God's infinite solar light to be assimilated into my physical, etheric, mental, and emotional bodies as the holy breath of God permeates my being. And so it is, beloved, I am that I am.